In the Mexican village of Nacimiento, they cook, they sing, they honor their connections to their rich culture and history. History that began in the face of American slavery, wound its way through Oklahoma and Texas on a trail of tears, and eventually into Mexico for the hope of freedom. A history that includes the celebration of Juneteenth.
And I would say, okay, and I would tell them about the Seminole with the Black Seminole Indians that, interacted with the Seminoles and learned from each other, and we intermarried, and here we are. Here I am.
They are here, and they are trying to hold on to their heritage. This stone stands as a monument to the Nacimiento tribe, the Negros Muskogos, whose community was born right here in Mexico in 1852, just over 100 miles from the Texas border. The Muskogos earned their land and citizenship by making good on a promise to the Mexican government to defend the country's northern border against hostile tribes in the 1850s. A few years after learning slaves in Galveston were finally free, the Muskogos began their own celebration of Juneteenth. The celebration continues today the Nacimiento way. The culture is rich but fragile, as many young people have left over the years for jobs and opportunity across Mexico and in the U.S. But today, new signs of hope to keep the culture intact.
Our history, it's a rich history.
Karina Torralba of San Antonio was born and raised in Nacimiento and travels here multiple times each year to stay connected. She helped create the village's Casa de Cultura, a cultural center to encourage the old to remember their heritage and the young to embrace it. Karina, why is this place so important to you?
I could remember being little and, going to the river, and it was a different feeling than living in the United States. It's one of my favorite places to be.
On this day, artist Cedric Huckabee of Fort Worth is unveiling an exhibition at the Cultural Center featuring pastel drawings of 100 Nacimiento residents.
The people were warriors. I mean, literally, the Mexican government hired them to protect the borders. They're naturally fighters.
The project is being funded by the prestigious U.S. Fulbright program. Over 4 months, Huckabee sat down with each person for several hours, drawing them as they told their story. 75-year-old Juan Torralba, a lifelong resident, was one of his subjects.
What do you think when you see that picture?
Oh, I'm proud about this picture.
Huckabee says while this mix of Mexican, African, and Seminole culture is distinct, there are strong connections to the community of Black Americans. Connections that need to be taught and celebrated.
I would like for this project to help tell the story, to be an advocate for this community and their story and our story.